Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes.
Yeah. Ready? Let's get it. I'm telling you why. You can see in their eyes, them boys ain't playing, they ready to ride. Shaking the tunnel, just screaming and yell. If you ain't ready, you can eat.
I like this song, even though a couple of losers didn't. They can never.
Well, do they understand he's a former Utah football player?
It's a good song. So kiss off.
What he said.
We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up.
Welcome back, Utah fans, to another episode of the Utah Football Fans Podcast. I am Bryn, Gary, James. I don't think we've introduced ourselves in a while.
Have we not?
So that's who we are.
That's who we are.
I don't know. But thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe, leave us a review, leave us a comment. We've loved your comments. We really have. We read them all. They're great.
We try to reply.
We try
to a lot of them anyway.
To the good ones, you know.
Even some of the bad ones.
That's true.
We want to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. So please look him up if you need any kind of orthodontical.
Orthodontical.
What orthodontics work?
Are you graduated?
No.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, I don't know the word either, so I'm not going to
Yeah,
make
what's
too
the
much
word
fun
then?
of you.
Just support him.
I mean, orthodontical is not the word.
It is for today. It is for today. Did you have a good Pioneer Day? Or Pie and Beer Day, whatever you
I didn't
celebrate?
do Pie and Beer Day. Yeah, went to the Bees game with the family. It was fun. Kids got to run the bases.
For all of our out-of-state, non-Utah listeners,
which is most of them.
Pioneer Day is a Utah holiday. Look it up.
Yep.
We didn't really do much for it this year.
Yeah, some fireworks. That's about it.
I did make pie, though, yesterday.
Jesse drank beer?
No.
Shut up.
Root beer. Go ahead, Gary. Get us on topic.
Yeah, get us back on track. We're a minute and a half in, and we're already off the rails.
Good grief.
2.5 minutes.
Well, anything with alignment? Anything new? Any rumors? Well, we do know that we don't know anything more, but
well, I mean, the last that we heard was that the talks between the Big 12 and the Pac-12 had kind of ceased. People kind of freaked out. It doesn't mean that it's dead. It just means it's dead for now, and it also doesn't mean that teams from the Pac-12 can't jump to the Big 12. It just means that this gigantic merger is not happening right now, per se. So that's kind of all that I know. I don't really know anything beyond that.
no, I've heard, and I think what I've heard is pretty accurate as far as Utah goes. I don't think they're in a rush.
And they shouldn't be in a rush.
They're not. I mean, I think when it all came down, there was the panic.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we didn't know what else might be happening, but there was all this panic that we needed to rush and jump into something and get it taken care of. But as it's kind of mellowed out, I think Utah is just assessing things. It doesn't have to be taken care of right now. There's some negotiations and a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're not in a rush. They're not in a panic mode.
I still feel like I feel like every day I feel differently about it and what I would want to have happen. But this interesting thing that just came out either today or yesterday, somebody looked into, and it was on The Atlantic, and I'm not a subscriber, so I couldn't read the original article. But then John Canzano wrote about it too. Just how, everyone's saying, well, the Big 12 is better, but in reality, they looked at the Pac-12 TV numbers.
I saw this.
And Pac-12, so the top 6 remaining Pac-12 universities, so this doesn't include USC and UCLA.
Right.
But Oregon, Stanford, Washington State, Colorado, and Utah all averaged more than 1.44 million viewers per game. And Oklahoma State was the Big 12's top rated, and that only weighed in at 1.28 million. So his point is that Pac-12 viewership is higher than the highest in the Big 12.
Yeah, by 6 schools before you reach that first Big 12 school.
And he did make the good point, when we talked about this the last time we got together, on how we kind of look at the Pac-12 After Dark thing as a negative. But his point was that ESPN actually really wants that time slot because you're not competing with anybody else in the country. Right. Whereas the Big 12, their time slots, they're competing with Big 10, SEC, ACC. They're competing with everybody else. Whereas Pac-12, it's not great for us and it's not great for fans who want to watch it. But the TV time slot?
We're competing with the Mountain West, so big freaking deal. You get to watch the Pac-12 where you get to watch Nevada play Utah State. I mean,
right. So it made me feel a little bit better about Pac-12 right now. But again, I go back and forth so many times, but I think nothing big's going to happen, I don't think, in the next few weeks. That's
an interesting thing, though, about the viewership. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that, actually. I did see the article. I didn't read it. Okay, I get that. So there's the money side of it. I guess the way I'm looking at it is, though, we're losing USC and UCLA.
They took out any UCLA.
No, I'm not talking about the viewership.
Okay, but in this they did. They took those schools out.
Yeah, so I understand that part of it, and it's a big part of it, obviously, because it's money and so forth. I guess all I'm saying, I'm looking at the other part of it is you just took away USC. A massive, huge, the brand is gone. And then UCLA, even though they haven't been dominating anything in football,
right?
Now they're gone. And so I'm looking at it, you'd like to replace that best you can. Whereas in the Big 12, I think there's some really fantastic teams that if you were to combine Pac-12 teams, Big 12 teams, the top teams, that'd be a heck of a conference. That's what I'm talking about.
I did have the thought today, too. We kind of have joked about how we don't want San Diego State and Boise State. Absolutely not, because I can't stand Boise State. But
no.
There's been a lot of talk about San Diego State being one of the teams that gets brought into the Pac-12. And we've said, no, we don't want it. But then I thought to myself, well, that's how everyone felt about us when we got put into the Pac-12. I'm sure all the Pac-12 schools were like, we don't want Utah. What's Utah going to do?
Dominate the South for 5 out of 10
we
years.
Did,
Except that we had won a Sugar Bowl and a Fiesta Bowl.
True. Good point.
That's
valid. Where's San Diego State been? Nowhere. Haven't sniffed the top 5. Haven't sniffed the top 10, I don't think.
I used to like
I'm sure if they have, someone will correct me.
I used to like to go to their
There's a huge
stadium.
difference.
Oh, no, you would
like to go to Jack Murphy Stadium or whatever it was. Qualcomm. It used to be Jack Murphy.
Is that still where they play? Do they still play Qualcomm?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I guess let me rephrase. I liked going to San Diego.
Yeah, you like going to San Diego.
For an away game.
Yeah.
No, that stadium was horrible.
Tijuana for a night. And
that stadium was horrible.
It's awful.
It's probably even worse now.
Probably.
Does anyone play there?
No, because
they don't have the Chargers anymore.
Yeah, so it's just them. So it was a hole to begin with. So who knows what it's at now? I mean, half the stadium is probably in the ground.
Who cares about them?
It was when we went.
Yeah.
Now I did read. Herb Street must have said it on television. But I just read the written account of it. But his views, it's a real possibility that there's going to be 3 super conferences and not 2. Which everyone was talking about 2 conferences. Mm-hmm. I even listened to Saban at Media Day. I listened to his whole spill on that day in questions and whatever. And he was you know how he is. You know how he talks. He tries to act as if he's not involved in anything.
Yeah, he tries to be innocent bystander guy.
I don't know anything, but it looks like we're heading toward 2 conferences. Right. First of all, the idea that the SEC wouldn't get input from Nick Saban on the direction they're going to go, you got to be a dumb idiot.
Whoa.
Beep yourself there. Jeez.
A dumb to think that Saban
was a lot of words.
Wasn't involved, don't you?
Oh, 100%.
Now, be that as it may, he even implied the 2 super conferences. And that's kind of been the talk. But Herb Street threw out, and who knows, the idea of 3. I could see that, actually.
There's so much money, which is the driving factor for all of this, is just the amount of money that the networks and then the conferences, I mean, that's the number one driving force. Who's going to bring us the most money, and what TV deals are going to be involved in that? And that's at the end of the day all that matters. And that's why San Diego State's even in the conversation, because they're the Southern California market now. So they're looking at it not from San Diego State going to a New Year's Six game. They're looking at it as, hey, it's a Southern California school. What's their viewership like? And that's what you really have to, that's
True.
what it's coming
I get
from.
it.
So
I did hear, I think this is legitimate. I always, when people said that they had no idea. Okay, let me back up. So when USC and UCLA announced they're moving,
out of nowhere,
I thought, no way. People had to know behind the scenes that it was happening. I don't know. I've talked to a couple of people that I think probably have a pretty good feel of that. I would trust. And honestly, that's what happened.
Yeah.
It was just phone call, and it was, hey,
They're gone.
they're gone. Like that.
Well, that's what has been said specifically.
That's legit.
Crazy to me.
I'm sure.
How didn't it leak? I still wonder how that's possible.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, California, especially Cal Berkeley, has been very vocal in saying that they had no clue, and they are being affected greatly by UCLA leaving. I'm sure all of you've heard all of the drama there in California with the UC school system coming after
and
UCLA, and
Gavin Newsom trying to, yeah.
I don't think anything will
anything's gonna
really
come
come
from
it. But UC Berkeley, I mean, they've flat out said, you didn't consult us, you didn't let us know. And
Yeah,
we're
they're-
pissed because they're losing revenue because of UCLA leaving.
So the Board of Regents did not know.
Which is insane.
And so Newsom is governor. Now, it doesn't, as governor, I don't think that is under his authority, but he's the chairman of the Board of Regents. So, yeah, he's spewing a bunch of stuff out.
Well, it's like the University of Utah. We're a state school. We receive funding from the state legislature. It's the same thing with UCLA, UC Berkeley, all those UC schools. So, yeah, their legislature, their Board of Regents is coming to them and saying, hey, we give you all this funding and you didn't even consult us?
Okay, but it's the same, but it's not the same because it's connected to Berkeley and a couple other small schools where Utah is not, it's not
True.
the same.
True.
Right, where Utah is by itself.
It's the big school.
Yeah. They're not sharing that with other
There's
schools.
Berkeley.
But it's the state funding is what I'm saying.
right,
That's
right.
where it's similar. And so,
I just think they're saying all the right things. They're acting tough. Maybe maybe
nothing's
of the
gonna-
$100 million that UCLA makes, they'll have to give a little bit to somebody.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to cut that deal out.
No.
There is
And they
no
don't have
way.
the authority to come in and say, you can't leave.
They
they can cut some of their funding.
Yeah, but they're going to get so much
They're not going to do it.
freaking
What I'm
money.
saying is they're going to act hard, but
No, I don't think anything will happen, but I think to your point, nobody knew.
yeah.
Nobody
Which
knew.
is just, it was
It's
crazy
insane.
how fast it went down too. Because it was, a tweet came out that was like, this potentially is happening. And I remember talking to people, I talked to you, say, I think it's a power move.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, it was press conference, done. I mean, it was like 12 hours from it coming out to it being done. That never happens.
No.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It moved pretty quick.
There's lots of under the table phone calls going on there.
Under the
Okay.
table, something going on there.
I saw on Instagram, through the Utah football fans, our Instagram, whoever we were following, it's college football something. There were these three posts, and it was regarding Texas Tech. I don't know if
Okay.
you saw it. And it was
We've got some surly fans, by the way.
about, the
Well, it's Tech- it's Texas.
NIL.
Texas Tech.
I know,
Texas
but they live in
Tech.
Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Is what
So,
I'm saying.
But
I'm
notice,
aware.
I'm talking about Texas Tech.
I know.
It said Texas, and I haven't verified this, so
Take it with
but
False
I
news.
think it's legit
Fake news.
because I heard one of the things Saban was talking about was what he worried about was donor collectives. In other words, a group of donors.
Right,
Okay,
right.
So this is Texas Tech. So Texas Tech football players are receiving 1 year, $25,000 renewable NIL deals from the Matador Club, a donor collective. All 85 scholarship players and 15 of the top walk-ons are eligible. Jeez. In return, players are expected to complete local community service. Okay, that could mean go to your neighbor, pick up a leaf, and you've done your community service.
Wow.
See, to me,
that's a sweet deal.
So to confirm this, Sports Illustrated on July 23rd wrote an article. Sports Illustrated.
Did they?
Entire Texas Tech football team signs 1 year, $25,000 contract.
See, this is
what we talked about.
This is
for
what
the
will
last
kill
year
college football.
right here.
Not one donor has to pay it all. You just get a bunch of guys with the money, create a collective,
together.
Get the money in there, and pay a whole team. This is Texas Tech.
$25,000 as an 18-year-old.
So a recruiter comes in.
$25,000 as a
For now.
38-year-old.
Texas Tech or this school, I'm going to guarantee you $25,000. I don't know yet. Well, come on, we all know what will happen. But with the big name schools, I mean, you could buy a team.
That's what they're doing.
That's what worries me. That's it. You know,
that's exactly
there's
it.
things that have to be reeled in. And I will give Saban some credit on this because he was talking about the risk of the collectives. And he was saying, look, as far as Alabama goes, you know, we're like at the top of the food chain, so we don't have to worry about it because they're so big and the money and all that stuff. But he was talking about all the other schools that it'll affect where some schools can get the money, some can't, and obviously there'll be a gap, and it has to be dealt with.
It does. There needs to be some sort of governing body that actually is going to manage this. I just don't know what that's going to look like and when. Is it 10 years from now?
It's going to be too late, yeah.
It's going to be too late for a lot of people. So anyway, this is interesting.
That's a worry, but that's amazing.
And that's the
it's
whole
like
team.
Free for all.
See, that's the thing we've talked about before where your primo guys are going to be the ones to make money. But if the entire team...
But that's $25,000 for everybody, okay? But then there's going to be potentially other people that come into the quarterback and to the cornerback and to guys. They're going to make an additional million, 25, 80,000, whatever it is, on top of that 25.
Jeez.
But there's no limit on a collective.
Right.
A group of guys, could go, I love this team. We
Uh-huh.
support a particular team. We're all rich. Let's put a big money. Let's get how many donors? There's no limit on donors.
You get 100 donors, throw a whole bunch of money in a pot.
And let's make this team
And you get a super
in a
team.
few years become a super team. That's the potential. We're just throwing it out there.
It's amazing to me
to
that
the world.
This is the first time that this has happened. It's amazing to me, and now we're going to see this happen a ton. I mean, there was kind of that last year at BYU with Built Bar, a similar thing.
Texas Tech gets $25,000. The Zoobs,
Okay, but
get a Built Bar.
okay, no,
they got scholarships.
They got scholarships
Well, that's a lot of
that,
money.
that were paid for by the Built Bar, who's a Utah County. So I'm just saying that those sorts of things are going to start happening, and then the scholarships are paid for by corporations. This sort of stuff where you get $25,000, $50,000. It's just going to keep going up and up.
All right, let's move on. So let's do this.
Have some fun.
For a little fun, this is national. So we are going to, each of us, give our 5 top helmets
College football.
in college football and our worst 5 helmets in college football, and then we're going to pick our favorite Utah helmet.
Okay.
I don't have it in any particular order.
Which
you guys
is
might.
such a cop out.
Put it in order.
Put it in order.
When
Don't
you
worry
read
about it.
it,
No,
you got to
you
put them in
I don't have
order.
to put it in order. That's
Yes,
not
you
the
do.
important thing. It's
Yeah.
5 helmets.
No.
They could all be.
Top 5.
It was a challenge for me to come up with the exact
Well, that's your
order.
problem. I never. Look, Let it-
Rules for thee.
let it go. Let it go.
The dictator
Also,
I will
over
say
here.
this
I know.
though:
It
those
is.
who watch or listen,
It was hard.
in your
It was
comments,
hard.
Put your top 5.
we want to know what yours are.
But man,
There's going to be plenty of opinions, I'm sure.
I mean, mine's right.
All right, we're gonna go Okay, top. Should we go top helmets first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do
So
best.
James,
All right.
give us your top helmets
I
and any commentary or.
Okay, so this is my order: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So number
Yeah,
5.
That's the proper way to
That's
do
the,
it.
that's the
Gary.
actual way to do it. Number 5, Notre Dame. Okay.
Bad choice.
Golden Dome. Nope. That's my number 5.
Best helmets?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Stop.
It's iconic. Okay, number 4. The Air Force shark tooth helmet. Have you seen this?
Shark tooth? I looked at Air Forces, but I don't know that I saw that one.
It's kind of like what we did last year with the USS Salt Lake City, but it looks like a fighter plane with the.
Okay.
Look it up. It's pretty dang cool.
Okay.
3, Florida State.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Number 2, USC.
Oh,
I know. It hurt me to write that down.
James.
And number 1, Michigan.
Oh.
Michigan has the best helmet.
Oh,
The blue and the yellow.
The
The Wolverine.
get your eyes checked.
The blue, the yellow. It doesn't change. That is the best helmet in college football.
Okay.
And look,
Okay.
I know we have a lot of
Okay.
Ohio State fans that listen to the podcast.
Okay.
I lived in Michigan for a while, so give me a little bit of break on that. But that's my top
Okay,
5.
that's fair enough.
Okay, go
It's your top.
Okay, my top 5.
in order.
Number 5, Texas Tech, who we just talked about.
That's your 5th.
Yeah, I like their black and the two T's.
2 T's. I
Kinda
respect
cool.
that.
I like
with the, with the red stripe. Very nice. Number 4, Florida State. I like the spear on the side of their helmet.
I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's cool.
Number 3, Oregon, but the original neon green Oregon helmets. It has to be
Yeah, of the 100 of helmets you have to sift through,
It
it's
has
that
to
one.
be their original neon green.
By the way, this is the.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
It's hideous.
No, it's awesome.
Dude, it's so terrible.
No.
The Air Force.
Look up the Air Force helmet.
Look it up. You'll know what I'm talking
It's
about. It looks
awesome.
like garbage.
No, not.
Okay, my number 2 is Clemson. There's something about the orange and the purple. It shouldn't go together,
You
but
mean
it
Brighton
does.
High School?
No, that's orange and blue. And the
Okay.
tiger
The
paw.
paw. Okay.
Okay, my number 1, Notre Dame.
That's your number 1.
Gary, I've always loved the golden,
people.
the golden
You
ornament,
people.
the golden ornament on their heads. They don't even have to have a logo. They don't have to have a number. They don't have to
It's
have
bland.
anything. But
It's bland.
everyone knows what it is.
I can't
It's like that
wait.
gold tinfoil.
I can't wait for this list. I can't wait for his.
Okay, mine is not
hot
in a
garbage.
particular order.
Oh my gosh, put it in order.
I can't do it. It doesn't matter. Okay.
No,
here,
it does.
Here we go. My top. Now, this is the true list.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's go.
Texas.
Okay.
Texas
I
was.
love that Longhorn, man.
They were close
And I
on
like
mine.
that there's just classic color scheme.
Yeah.
So okay.
I do like. Yeah. Clemson.
Yeah, see?
The paw print.
Clemson
Yeah.
could be on my.
No,
worst.
I think it's cool.
Orange and purple. It
Clemson.
shouldn't go together, but it does on their helmet.
Okay.
Now I like Cincinnati's. It's a Cincinnati. It's their. If you look, it's the red helmet, black face mask, and then they, of course, they have the C, and it looks then like a
paw.
paw, but that configuration. It's
Isn't
kind
it
of
the
a metallic.
Bearcats?
It's cool looking.
Okay. That's an obscure one, Gary. I don't know
No,
about
it's
that
not.
one.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Look
right
it up.
now.
The Cincinnati. They have, like everybody nowadays, a bunch of different helmets.
Wait, is that the red helmet or a black helmet? the
no,
black helmet.
It's a red helmet. It's more the metallic one, and it has a black face mask.
Okay.
It's cool looking. I've always thought it was. I like the Oklahoma. My other one is Oklahoma, but it's the one. It's reddish and has sort of like a wood grain look to it.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
And then it's cream color and the letters.
kind of the
and
retro.
It's pretty
yeah.
cool.
I know which one you're talking about.
So
I
it's
saw
that
it.
one, and
His number one.
and then my fifth one. It's not my number one.
Nope,
but in the
number
top
one.
5, USC.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
It was very disgusting
You
for
too?
me. I almost had to
Like I gagged a little.
I was gagging
It was
some.
like US. Yeah, it was painful.
But it's just, I see that helmet. It's, hey, man, it's college football.
It's boring.
Okay, let's hear. Now this is where we get fun.
Now, the
worst. There's a lot of bad
so
ones.
the worst helmets in college football,
Go, James.
go.
Okay. The worst helmets. Number one, the Maryland when they did like the flag on their helmet.
Yes.
Oh, we all know it.
Yes.
I don't
That
know
was
who. I don't know who gave that pass.
That was bad.
Terrible. Number two, Oregon State. Hate it. I hate their colors. When they
Beaver.
redid the beaver,
The beaver's terrible.
the beaver's like it's
What is it?
awful.
like a spearhead.
It's terrible. So Oregon State. Number three, Iowa State. It's the red and the yellow. It's bad. Number two, Alabama.
Woo!
It is so boring to me.
So well,
How can you say, but you're,
No. It's just
okay, Notre Dame, because it's so iconic, blah, blah.
It's-
Well, so is Alabama.
no, it's different.
Notre Dame's is sparkly.
Okay, that's fair.
The worst helmet in all of college football, Penn State. It is a white helmet with a singular
Blue stripe?
blue stripe.
Okay.
There's nothing up. My 4-year-old could draw white Penn State, and you go, oh, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Okay.
Okay, so that is
That's your worst.
That's the accurate list right there.
Okay.
Good list.
My worst 5.
It's a good list.
You ready to piss some people off? Ohio State. I'm so sorry.
What
I'm
the-
sorry.
okay, we are-
I'm sorry
That
to
was
all
almost
of you.
in my top 5.
I'm sorry. I've always hated the stickers. I just
okay.
always have hated the stickers. I'm sorry, Buckeyes. I really am. I knew I was going to make a lot of
lay
people
it
mad.
on her. Let her have it.
You can. It's fine.
Because she's,
No. I've always.
Florida State does the stickers though too.
Okay. But that's the Ohio State is like the ones that made it famous. I feel like.
Yeah, with the little.
I've
okay,
just never
continue,
liked it.
continue.
Anyways, Penn State
Yep. It's so bad.
for the same reason. It's just like it looks like toys you would buy with just a generic white.
generic.
Anyways,
Yeah.
number
tradition,
3,
baby.
Boise State, because the big giant horse on the side. It's ugly. Number 2, Wyoming, because brown and yellow should never be together.
I respect the crap out of Wyoming though for just going for it.
Yeah, it's
I respect
true,
it.
man.
Brown and yellow.
Okay, number 1.
Okay, number 1, Oregon. All of their other helmets besides the neon.
Okay, that's good.
So their neon was in my best, but
Everything else.
and specifically the speckled diarrhea duck egg one.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's right.
Just Oregon, stick with your neon. I don't care if you have variations, but you got to have the neon.
Yeah, that's what you're special for.
Oh.
I do like the wings that they kind of did something
Yeah,
different.
but when they do it in neon, it's fine. But when they do it in army green or gray or
Black.
gold or it's like
Duck turd. It's
none of those are your colors. Those are mine.
man, we're gonna piss some people off with these lists.
You know, it's
Okay.
All right, from 5 to 1.
No, well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Maryland.
Okay,
Okay. Anyone look up Maryland's helmet?
it's
It's so bad. I can't even believe
bad.
it's real.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's horrible. Oregon, the wings. I hate the wings.
You don't like,
You don't
the,
like
wings.
the wings.
No, I think the wings are stupid. It doesn't matter on the color configuration. It's the wings. It just, no. I'm with you. I like with the Oregon, the O.
Classic Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michigan.
you're an idiot.
What?
Michigan. That is the ugliest, dumbest looking thing. It's time to get modern, dude. That's ugly. What is that thing?
I'm speechless.
Get modern.
Wolverine?
Don't.
Does that look like a Wolverine to you?
Well, how do you make stripes look like a Wolverine?
Okay, well, you don't do that.
No, it's
Oh my gosh.
okay.
I'm just saying, people are agreeing with me.
No one's
They're
agreeing
going to
with
listen,
you.
and they're agreeing with me that
no
that is
one,
not a cool.
I'm putting a poll together.
Ohio State fans will agree with you, and they're going to hate.
I
They're
bet
going to
Ohio
hate
State
me.
fans can even acknowledge.
No, they can't.
And go, it's not the third worst helmet in college football.
It's
That's
right
true.
there, baby.
Okay.
Gosh, you're so wrong.
And the North Carolina, they have one
The chrome.
with a foot.
Yeah.
Have you seen that
The Tar
thing?
Heel with the foot.
With the Tar Heel?
But it's huge.
Yeah. It's like a cartoon foot.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
that is the so freaking dumb
Which
looking.
is funny because I like their white helmet with the
NC.
NC. It looks really crisp. It's the North Carolina blue. It's great. Then they stick some stupid Bigfoot
Foot.
on the side.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Tar heel.
No,
North
I know what you're talking
Carolina.
about.
I looked at that. Is this for real? This is so stupid.
I gotta say, there are some really bad helmets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the worst of the worst. I'll say this is the worst. Number one.
Penn State.
BY Zoo. That freaking Y on the
know.
side of their helmet is disgusting.
Yahoo?
It's the Zoobs.
Look,
I wondered if someone was going to go there.
yeah, I knew he was gonna go there.
It makes
Hey,
it does
I-
make you heave when you see it.
Well, of course, but
Well, I hate it, but it wasn't in my bottom 5. It just wasn't.
It made mine.
hate on Gary.
I will say this,
He's the
if-
one that said it.
If BYU ever puts Cosmo with the sailor cap on
Sailor
the side,
Cosmo.
Sailor Cosmo on their helmet, that will be the
They
ugliest.
will.
Haven't
I know.
they done
They're
that
gonna
before?
do it.
No, I don't think they. Maybe they have. I don't think they have.
The little sailor hat. They're going to do it.
because Baylor did it a couple, and it was awful.
ridiculous.
So if that Cougar ends up, then that will be the worst. But
Okay.
they weren't
Yeah.
at my bottom.
That should have
Okay.
been.
So now our favorite Utah helmet.
All right. Give us your favorite Utah
So
helmet.
this one was
This
tricky.
was so hard.
It was a lot.
It was hard.
For me, it came down to a couple. The Rose Bowl is special. But for me, my favorite is the hand-painted black drum and feather. That's my
cool.
favorite. It was hard, man. I'm going through freaking photos.
That's a cool helmet.
It's my favorite helmet. Yeah.
Those hand-painted ones.
Yeah, with the drum and feather, and each one's a little bit different. That's my favorite. You're going Rose Bowl, aren't you?
No, it was so hard because when I was looking back at all the helmets, it was like nostalgic over,
Yeah, you have emotional
over every
connection.
one of them. And I really love all of the black ones we do. I like the black one
Yeah.
with the metallic drum and feather. But I'm going classic. I'm going red, stripes down the middle, and drum and feather.
Do you like kind of the satin red, like this one?
This one?
I like this. I like the satin red,
Yeah,
red face
I mean, it was
mask.
between this one and the white one, where it's the stripe
Yeah.
down the middle and the drum and feather. I mean, they're the classic Utah. It's when you look at it, you know
It's Utah.
it's Utah.
Yeah.
Let me display these for you. And if you have to watch on YouTube to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They were displaying them.
So I just had to go with the
The
classic.
classic is it's.
Even though I love all these variations, it's the classic one.
There were a couple I'd forgotten about too.
Oh yeah.
So what? It came down to these two for me.
On the same page. This is the only time.
This is the one, though. We're right on, Bryn. Drum and feather, the satin, the stripe. When they come out in this helmet,
yeah.
whatever jersey they have on, that thing's it. I love it.
I will say, looking
I
at
do
all,
like the retro or the
interlocking.
retro one simply because of the history of it. But no, it's that one.
Well,
for
looking
me.
at all these college football helmets got me really excited for college football.
I know. I'm sitting there
As I was
going through
Googling
it,
everything today.
going, that's an ugly helmet, but I'd watch them play right now. That's an ugly helmet, but I'd watch them play right now.
I wish they were playing right now.
Wyoming, that's terrible, but I'd turn on Wyoming right now.
Wyoming. Hey, I like Cowboys. I just can't with the brown and the yellow.
Oh, they have some configurations that aren't too bad. All right.
I want your opinion on this one.
All right. Lay it out.
Have you seen it's the San Diego State, but it's like the Aztec helmet where it's kind of got the Aztec writing on it. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
You gotta
I
look
have
that
seen
up.
it.
When I was doing my research, it was kind of funny because part of me loved it. Part of me almost wanted to put it in my top 10. And the other part of me hated it and wanted to put it in my bottom. So it was this weird like dichotomy. It's pretty cool, but it's a little much. So look it up.
I'll have to look it up because I don't know it right offhand.
Yeah. Anyway, it's fun. But yeah,
Okay.
I want to hear Put in yours.
Oh, you're not going to hold back. I already know.
Tell us how stupid Gary is.
No one's going to hold back.
How right I am.
No. So wrong.
Like usual. All of mine is correct.
Wrong.
All right, where are we? We're in July, so
We got like 41
Almost
days.
August.
almost August. There's preseason information and polls. Okay.
Media day.
Whatever.
This week? Is it this week? When is it?
For Pac-12?
Pac-12 media days?
Well, they just announced
Who's going
for us.
I did see that. Rising and Phillips.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Phillips is a sophomore.
He'll be here one or 2 years.
The
and
two
gone.
men with the best calves I've ever seen. That's Kyle Whittingham and Clark Phillips.
It's true. Clark Phillips' calves.
I
are
mean,
ridiculous.
Rising, you probably have great calves too, but
We're too focused on your hips, buddy.
Clark Phillips and Kyle Whittingham, best calves in the business.
Best Cavs in college football.
Oh, yeah.
I watched Clark Phillips warm up for the
Oh,
Pac-12 championship game
yeah.
from about 8 feet away.
Yep.
Couldn't take my eyes off his calves, baby. I'm not kidding.
That's what I'm saying.
It was incredible. It was incredible.
I get her. I don't get you.
Yes, you do. If you were there,
If you saw his calves, you would understand.
Okay, I'll make sure I look next
Okay,
time.
you have to look next time.
Clark, send us a picture. Don't. That'd be weird.
Do. I want it. Sorry, Jesse.
Jesse knows.
Jesse does.
He understands.
Jesse.
Jesse's got great calves, except for his got a giant scar going through it now. So
An elk.
it's got
Joel
giant
scar.
L.
That's a long
That's
story
that's
for
some
another
terrible
day.
stitching.
Yeah, who did that?
I could have done that.
A veterinarian do that for you?
All right. So every year I like to get, and I am to, well, the Phil Steele's college football.
Phil Steele. Say that 3 times fast.
Feel still.
Obviously, you can get online. He's got a site, but then you have to pay for all the stuff. But this goes into great depth. I mean, so if you want to get information about every team and every league and so forth, it's great. It's
Get this guy off there.
fantastic. That's just because it's regional. Don't even say
understand,
anything.
but
Don't even
go.
say anything about that. That's sick. But there's Rising.
I see him.
But he does give, if I can get to it, his preseason top 40. And the thing about Phil Steele is he goes back and he shows how accurate he's been over the last, I don't know, man, it was 10, 20 years, something like that. He keeps the stats.
Yeah.
So it's his organization. It's just not him, but all of his programs and analysis and all the stuff that they do. He's been pretty accurate. So what he's got here, though, if I read it correctly, his Phil Steele's 2020 preseason top 40, how would they'll end up?
Okay, it's not the beginning, it's the end of the year.
This is how they'll end it.
Okay.
Okay, that's what
Jeez.
makes it interesting.
So I haven't seen this.
Okay. So give us your commentary as I read the
Okay.
teams.
Here we go. I'm going to guess. Number 1, Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep.
If you look at other polls, Alabama. Now, okay,
Boring.
They got
I guess we get it, but it's so
Get
sick.
out of here, Alabama.
that
Is there
ugly helmet.
anybody out there other than an Alabama fan?
No, everyone hates them. God. So sick of them.
Okay, number 2, Ohio State.
I was going to say Ohio State.
I get that. Those are the 2 best quarterbacks in college football right there.
Yeah,
in my
they're
opinion.
for the Heisman. If
You got Young and Stroud. By the way, just real quick, I saw Pro Football Focus did a poll of the best quarterbacks in college football. You know who they had in front of C.J. Stroud?
I saw that.
C.J. Stroud? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rattler.
oh, who?
Yeah.
I'll never read a thing from them again. Who
Pro
said-
Football Focus. It was Young, someone else, Spencer Rattler, who got
Stroud was 4th.
Stroud was 4th. They had him behind the
Okay,
dude.
never look at that site again. Never look at that site again because they're stupid.
Let me make sure I've got the right people.
Yeah,
but I'm,
we can make sure we're trashing the right people.
hold on.
It was on Twitter. I saw it.
Okay, that's sorry.
Ridiculousness.
So it's PFF College, so it's Pro Football Focus College. Bryce Young 1, Caleb Williams 2 for USC, who, great.
Oh,
all
come
indicators say he's
on.
going to be great. He hasn't played a snap of college football yet. Okay? Spencer Rattler, who's now he's a Gamecock at South Carolina, and then CJ Stroud.
No way.
I'm just going, I watch that guy. They'll throw NFL balls all day. If you want to debate young Stroud, great. But just throw it away.
Rattler Stroud? No way. No. That site's
and
dead.
Williams too?
Williams.
Oh. Williams in front of Stroud? Are you kidding me?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, losers.
Okay, anyway, keep going.
So Ohio State, number 2, makes sense. They're in, you know what? They're going to make a run for the national championship.
Easily.
Ohio State.
Go Buckeyes.
Number 3,
Georgia.
Yes.
I get it.
It's going to be interesting.
I get it.
I get it. Didn't they lose a bunch of people, though,
I have
to
no
the
idea.
NFL?
Probably, but
And their
Probably.
D
Usually
coordinator-
after you win a
He's now
championship.
Oregon.
The Oregon head coach now. Yep. Good point.
Which don't they play each other week 1? I
Alabama?
think Oregon and Georgia
Yeah, Oregon
plays,
and Georgia.
Oregon and Georgia
play each other.
play each
That's
other.
going to be interesting.
Okay.
Utah is Utah 4. Does he have Utah 4?
Clemson's number 4. Which
I'm surprised by that.
I'm surprised a bit on that. I guess they didn't have a great season last year.
No.
For their standards.
Oh, they weren't very good at all last year.
But he's got them at 4. Michigan at 5.
Okay, I get that.
Utah.
Utah at 6.
Now I want to be top 4.
I guessed it. 6th. Well,
Utah's at 6.
Think about that list, though. Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Michigan, Utah. Yeah,
Then
those-
Notre Dame.
the
Pretty
power
dang
schools.
sweet.
Yeah, the Notre Dame power schools.
And their ugly helmet.
Their ugly helmet that
you're going to get eaten alive for that one.
Probably.
wow.
So Notre Dame 7. Let's round it out.
Yeah, go to the top 10.
We got Oklahoma as 8.
Which they don't have their head coach is gone. So who knows what they're going to be.
They're
That'll be interesting too.
Yeah. Texas A&M at 9. The difficulty with Texas A&M, if I recall, is I think they have to play at Alabama this
Yeah.
Yeah,
they do.
Bama
So
played
to
at,
go to Alabama
Yeah, that's going to be
and take
rough.
them out. That's a
Hey,
well, they've got to go through them if they're going to
Go Aggies.
take the league. So,
Gig 'em.
and number
Is that what
10,
they say?
Yeah.
Gig 'em?
I don't know what it means. Gig 'em.
Oregon.
Or okay.
10.
10 is Oregon.
Man.
I'm just
Okay.
saying you've
Man. That's a list.
at the top 10.
Put it out there in the universe, people.
Top 10.
Oh, I want to be top 4.
Okay, well, put it out there in the universe.
I'll
Manifest it.
Anybody you're interested in though that where he put them?
USC.
I bet USC's like 17.
USC, what does it say?
16.
16.
USC is 16, okay.
Which I think
Texas,
that's accurate.
though, is 18.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, so how often is he right?
A lot. I can't remember what it is,
Wow.
but he takes it all into consideration. Not every team, obviously, but
I mean, going out
cumulatively,
on a limb,
he does well.
putting Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, that's not really going out on much of a limb.
No, you're going to be right 99% of
yeah,
the time.
I mean, 3 out of those 4. And then
Interesting, though.
But everybody else
All right.
interesting.
is interesting.
Good. I like it. Good job, Phil. He took my notes to heart, I guess.
And then on here, let's see, I think I've got it down. What did I do with it? No, he didn't do it. I was looking at, what's it called? Pro Football Network.
Good. It's not Pro Football Focus.
No, if it was, I wouldn't bring it up. So this
I
is
was Pro Football Focus. They're really good, you know.
they're garbage, obviously, but Pro Football Network. I don't know much about this particular site, so you'll have to look into it, see what you think. But they ranked the quarterbacks
Okay.
in the Pac-12.
Oh, so this is Pac-12
So this is
specific.
Pac-12, but then they did nationally. We'll do nationally.
Okay.
So they went with the Pac-12, all the teams. Number 1 is Cameron Rising.
Yep.
I put him over Williams.
Caleb
yeah.
Williams, 2.
Well, look, I agree with that. But on the national scale, Caleb Williams is the second coming of freaking whoever. I don't
I
even
know,
know.
but Cam, right? He's coming up in all of these polls. You're now starting to see he's number
He
1.
should.
And then Dorian Thompson-Robinson at UCLA.
That's funny.
Tanner McKee, Stanford. Cameron Ward, Washington State. Oregon. This is what I find interesting. Bo Nix, number 9.
Number 9.
9. I think that's right. Prove me wrong, Bo Nix. But he did not impress me when he was at Auburn the last couple of years.
Nationally, and we'll go look at the quarterbacks, but nationally they have rising at number 8.
Okay.
That's pretty high.
Caleb Williams at number 10.
Wow.
Thompson, DTR, 30. Yeah, there's who care. Bo Nix at 86.
So just to put this in perspective, Utah has a top 10 quarterback at their school.
According to these guys.
And I agree I think that's accurate. Based off of his production last year and his ability to lead and win. Freak. It's awesome.
He proved it last year,
exciting.
so let's hope it continues. But
I love it.
yeah. Who would have thought?
So then nationally,
A Utah quarterback.
Yeah, I want to see their national
let's see
list.
what they did nationally.
I
They
guarantee
have
don't
number 1,
Rattler in front of-
C.J. Stroud.
Stroud, yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He is the front runner for the Heisman.
Number one draft
Number one
pick.
draft pick coming. Well, not for another couple of years, which is crazy.
4,400 yards, 44 touchdowns, 6
Yeah, but-
interceptions.
Half of those came in the Rose Bowl. So
2,500 yards, I swear, came in the
came in
Rose
the
That's
Rose
what it
Bowl.
felt like.
And 22 of those touchdowns came in the Rose Bowl too. And we still almost beat them.
But like 2 of the interceptions came in the Rose Bowl too, actually. Didn't they?
They throw 2 or throw 1.
1 or 2?
I know Phillips had one of them.
2.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, number 2.
Okay.
It's the very thing you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 are...
Have a half of a college football brain cell, and you'll know that.
Clayton Tune, Houston.
Interesting choice.
I don't know.
I don't think about
That's
him.
the third.
As the third best quarterback?
Then you've got Devin Leary, North Carolina State.
NC State.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just one of these guys
I haven't heard of
below
some
the
of these.
under the radar for us anyway.
Yeah, if you're in their conference, they're great.
Yeah. So number 5 is Malik Cunningham, Louisville.
All right.
Grayson McCall, Coastal Carolina.
What's their mascot again? The Green Cocks or something like that? What are they?
Wow, I really don't know.
The Green Cocks?
I really don't think that's right.
What's the difference between a green cock and a gamecock?
I'll explain it to you when you're older. What is their name?
I don't know much about Coastal Carolina. I can honestly say that.
I think that, I don't know. Come on.
I've never heard
No
of
way.
these guys, though.
Sorry.
Oh,
Chantilly.
And then we
the
have
Green Cocks.
That's really what they are?
Well, that's not their name. Remember,
Oh.
this is who the Zoobs lost to a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
When Little Willie kept getting pounded.
that
by
dude
the
pounded
Green
into the
Cocks.
ground and was crying for his
Yeah.
mommy to come out and throw a flag.
And his mommy's best friend to come out. Coastal Carolina Chantilliers.
That's the only reason
Chandeliers.
I've ever heard of
Chantilliers.
Coastal Carolina is when they played the Zoobies.
Yeah. Any team, anytime, any place.
Yeah, and then that guy
And then they
Then they lost.
pounded him in the carpet.
It was great. And then they lost.
All right,
Fresno
Cam.
State.
Come on,
I
Cam.
don't even know how you say his name. Jake Hayner, Fresno State. Number 10, Caleb Williams, USC. That makes some sense to me.
And he might be better than that, but he's got to prove it first.
I know.
He's got to prove it.
Okay,
Right.
that's... Any closing thoughts?
We're what, 41 days? Camp
No,
Kyle
I mean-
starts in a week.
Yeah, we're gonna have media
Wow,
days and
cool.
then camp starts. So we'll be off next week, and then we're gonna be back here rolling.
Yeah. And then it's go time.
And it's August,
And then you're going to put up with us every week.
the countdown begins.
All right. It's
Go
been
Utes.
good being with you. And make sure you let me know that I'm right with all the helmets.
You're going to get
He needs
shredded.
such validation.
I know.
No.
He does.
Yeah.
No, but I'm right.
But I'm right.
Don't worry, I'm right.
You ready?
And then
So wrong.
just be aware that when anybody
get it.
disagrees in the
I'm telling you
comments,
why. You can
he'll
stand
respond
it.
within
Boys ain't playing, they
10
ready to
seconds,
run.
man.
In the tunnel, just screaming and yell if you ain't
We will
ready. You can
respond.
eat in
You're
the
so
zone.
wrong on all of your
Playing out
choices.
with the flies fashions. Cameras
Not all of them.
Not all.
Not all of them.
Michigan being in the worst.
No, Michigan's
that was wrong.
That's wrong.
Absolutely correct.
So wrong.
Notre Dame, what, number 1?
No.
Yeah.
Of all college football
Yeah.
teams, number 1?
Yeah.
No way.
I stand by it.
It's a top 5 for sure.
I like gold sparkly things. What
Okay.
can I say?
We can do like a vintage classic look, the best classic look.
You're running out of time.
I'm right.
Okay, you're not right.